Behind me is the New York Niagara Sheriff's Department truck. That is the very first Nomad Total Command NTC truck that was ever built. My name is Brett Bowden. I'm currently the Electrical Technology Development Manager. We had this project come up to do an automation project to basically build NTC.
Hello, I'm Will Schmautz, one of the 4 original founders of Nomad Global Communications Solutions. At its heart, NTC is a vehicle automation system. It's essentially the same thing as like an iOS, right? The software that makes your phone useful. It's the software that basically makes the trucks useful. It's the component that allows all of those mechanical and electrical elements essentially to be nested together to create specific outcomes.
NTC is a control system that allows for control of mechanical systems such as awnings and slide outs and masts, electrical systems like generators, AC power systems, and then environmental systems such as lights, HVAC, IT systems, connectivity, satellite systems, network that allows for internet access to the rest of the world. So when we built the Niagara truck, the goal was to take a bunch of different systems, combine them all together, and be able to control them from a computer tablet. And Nomad was trying to make our setup as quick, simple, and safe as possible. So we said, what we'll do is we will build a control system to go in the Niagara truck, and that is what became NTC.
One of the few jobs that you'll find in sheriff's departments or other organizations is responsibility to manage the communications and other assets as part of command and control or mobile operations. Niagara was an early adopter of technology, and so they were quick to see the benefits of integrating a vehicle operating system like NTC that would allow the vehicle itself essentially to be really self-managing, and so their team members could just focus on their specific job.
And then we said, okay, now we've got this system, we can control, we can set up the truck. What else can we do with it? Well, the next iteration of it was we set up wizards. So that meant that someone who had less training could follow along a step-by-step guide to set up the vehicle. So the training requirement for how to operate NTC went down. And then the latest iteration of NTC is to grab all the data. So every time you move a mast, start a generator, you're putting cycles on that thing. NTC has all that data. So for fleet management, you have this whole pot of data. Now you can use it to effectively maintenance your vehicle, know how it often gets used. NTC is grabbing all that data. Some of our customers, they're setting up a unit and then leaving it. There's nobody there. And it might stay in place in use for days, weeks, months at a time. And the ability to remotely connect to that vehicle and grab that data off and know what's going on with the vehicle is one of their use cases. They have to be able to get that data. And that's something that when NTC started wasn't what we were thinking of, but it was that's where we progressed to. Yeah, I think that Niagara came back to us. I mean, we built this unit 13 years ago and it is still in use. The very first version of NTC is still in use. NTC has progressed, and for me, it's really rewarding that this first unit that I was responsible for building is back, and now I can take it and bring it up to the latest of what NTC is doing for the customer. So that tells me that Niagara values what we bring to the table, and what we're bringing to the table is something that Niagara wants.